So here I am building Shaheen's engine. I've laid everything all out, I've checked everything, cleaned everything, blocks prepped, core plugs are in, cranks in, torqued up, ARP main studs. Looking really good at the moment. Done all my weights. So all my weight calculations are all done. Rod, piston, small end pin, bearing, clips, a whole lot. And the deviation is our heaviest package, 1099.7 grams, and our lightest package, 1099.6. Happy with that, that's going to be lovely, very nicely balanced engine. So I'm going to put all the rods and pistons on, assemble them, and then I'll do my ring gaps and I can put it all together. Let's crack on and build Shaheen's engine for his IS. So let's have a look at the rings out the engine, out the box. So let's have a look at the deviations. I've checked the ball clearances, got 3.5 thou ball clearance, so that is all good. But look at the rings already, like 13 thou, 10 thou, 12 thou, 11 thou, 10 thou, 11 thou. So 15 thou, 17 thou, 15 thou, 16 thou, 16 thou. So I'm just working out all my ring gaps now, and I'll show you what I've done. I've measured all of them, and we've got our ring gaps, what they are preset now. So like that's 11 thou, I want 18, plus 7, 15 thou, I want 19, so plus 4. So I've done that through the entire ring pack. Then manually, so give you a suggestion sheet. So here we go, this is the suggestion sheet. It tells you street, nitrous up to 350 horsepower, mid boost, medium boost, high boost. It gives you lots of information. Then it gives you what fuel, and it also gives you times bore. So we know the bore is 3.406. So what we do is 4.5 thou times 3.406, and that'll be our ring gap. Now I find these a little bit big. 7 thou per inch of bore. It's just on the larger side for me. So my secret recipe is 18 thou top ring, 19 thou second control ring, and the oil control rings, they need to be minimum 15 thou, as it says there, so 15 thou. So yeah, doing your ring gaps, it's times bore. If you don't do times bore and you go and look at the sheet and go, oh look, it says 4.5 thou, the engine will seize. You know, the ring will pinch up and it will wipe the piston out and the bore's out. So always times bore. So a good starting point for engines is to do 3.5 to 4 thou per inch of bore. That'll put you in a safe realm and you know, a reliable engine. If you do really big ring gaps, yes, it's never going to pinch up, but also it's going to breathe heavy as well. You know, you've got say 200 bar of cylinder pressure and you've got a 29 thou ring gap, you know, top ring and second control ring. The gases are going to find their way down into the underside of the crankcase, and then it's going to breathe heavily. So I've been building these engines for, you know, 15 years, and on the manly stuff, 18 to 19 thou on the top ring, and you know, 19 to 20 thou on the second control ring. It works really well. Minimal breathing, nicely bedded in, and I've not ever had one picked up or pinched. And any engines that I have stripped that I've built after say 5 years, for whatever reason it needed to come apart, I checked and they've all been perfect. So yeah, good kind of ring gaps there. But yeah, always timed bore size. So bigger the bore, the bigger the gap will be, because it will grow more. I'll show you our ring grinder because it's cool. This is our American made ring grinder. We've got a DTI gauge here, and we've got this slider to set the angle of the ring. And this has all been preset. And we've got a diamond stone, and then we've got a deburrer. So I have touched off, and I know this one just touched it. So here we are at 0. I'm going to wind on probably 4 thou. And another 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then half a thou over. Right, so that's that done. What happens now is it leaves a big burr on the back. On the back of the ring, just here, you feel it, there's a burr. And then there is this deburring stone here, and you just kink the ring, touch on the edge, and that deburrs, shampoos the edge of the ring for you. Anyway, I can't do it and hold the camera, so I'm going to crack on with all of these rings and then measure them and make sure it's recorded and we're all good. My ring packs are all on, now they're all gapped, so it's important to set the orientation of the rings, so where your gaps are. I like to go, like top ring to the left, second ring to the right, one oil control ring up here, one oil control ring down here, and yeah, just stagger them all. But it's really important to make sure the ring pack actually floats in the piston. If they don't float, you see they'll just float around, nothing gets stuck. So yeah, that's good. All of them do that. So you need to make sure they all float, because you can't have them sticking into the ring lands. So we are ready to pop some caps off and put some bearings in, and drop these rods and pistons combos into this engine, and then check it all, torque it up, and we are good. And this will be the short block built for Shaheen. Shaheen's engine, short block, done, boom. So yeah, it went together really well. Very happy how that all went together. Tolerances were all good. 2.2 thou main bearing clearance, 2.5 thou big end bearing clearance, 3.5 thou bore clearance, 18 thou top ring, 19 thou second control ring, had 21 thou on all the oil rail rings, and I got 4 thou end float on the crankshaft, and it all rotates perfectly. So yeah, it's a good engine, that one. Block's been bored, honed, decked, prepped, new core plugs, painted 2K. So yeah, it's going to be a lovely engine, and it's been cross-drilled as well, opening up the other Royal Gallery because it's a GE. So yeah, really good, really happy with that one, and I'm hopefully, Shaheen, hope you're happy with that as well. I've got some of it on time lapse as well, so that's cool.